Huzzah! The going live ritual has commenced. How we doing? Hello. Blam. It's the Prometheum ship. Really need to replace this thing. That's a future me problem. Now me problem is all this crap. You're actually doing things. How nice. How nice and quaint. There, you do plastic bar for now. What is our... Since when did it get to 18,000? I guess that would have been the end of last time. Got the productivity and oh, never mind, it's dipped. But apparently we've gone from a 3K base to a 4K base to an 18K base, just like that. There you go, that's something. Alrighty, today we need to actually get moving on things. Buy the nursery definitely to really extend out the endgame science to make the biolabs. To support the Prometheum ship, really need biters. I need to move power, all the uranium processing, all that, and all the uranium processing. I guess make uranium processing bigger. That's actually kind of impressive. It managed to eat all that dull rocks. That's kind of amazing. Means that this needs to be faster. So I think that'll be the first job. Alrighty. Very much going to be a case of winding this down, or at least upgrading it. Sir, you demolish things, please. Thank you. There you go. Sure. Yeah, I need to tear this thing down. I sort of described this last time. What we want is the Book of Mining Drills, like so. And then 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. That one doesn't matter so much. And there. Yeah, something like that. And that will do all of the uranium locally. Don't need to worry about moving it on trains anymore, because it doesn't need to move on trains anymore. Alright, so you producers, just make them rare. I don't have any, do I have some better ones on me? I have some better foundries on me. Do you have some better foundry things on you? Oh, hello, train. Get out of here, please. Thank you. Away it goes. Oh, that's going to be a lot, isn't it? Alright, so our glorious spider brought the rest of the stuff. It's a YouTube Veldak, and then it's a Twitch Veldak. Hey, you is. I thought of something stupid to do as well. I wouldn't mind trying it out at some point. Especially since Tucker insisted on it. It also helps that, that the thing actually works. How is Weekend Koala? I mean, it's Friday, but all is good so far. I mean, I could... use these instead. And I think I will. You know what? Let's just add base tier power poles to that. Get rid of them all. Expunge them from existence. Reach on these things. Is that the famous YouTuber Veldak I've heard so much about? Yes, it is. Although I believe the word infamous is probably more applicable. Tell you what, the reach of these poles is just a smidge on the stupid side. I mean, it was kind of expected that legendary would be silly. It was always the expectation. You need fluid. I'm too lazy to pipe all this crap. I cannot be bothered. There we go. Get rid of all that. Tear it all down. Start it over. Start it over. What I'll do instead is, oh, I do have to do parallel rows like that. But can you like highlight me the spacing? Is it to there? That's 1 over. So there to there. Yeah, so that shouldn't overlap. Yep, that doesn't. I do actually want that. Want that there. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. Greatly simplified. For my sake, because, as I say, I can't be bothered piping it. Oh, you're at the back. I don't know if you can tell, but I've never really used big mining drills on uranium as such. So I've never really had the joys of plumbing them in. Yeah. I don't know if you can tell, but I completely forgot about the whole having to plumb them in situation. Maybe a little bit of overlap won't hurt. And there. More than good enough. Beyond what is demanded of it. You go there. Bloop, bloop. And there we go. That seems reasonable. Do you have any more? No. You can go get more then. Can we extend the... sadly not. So, the thing that I was alluding to was that the... Yeah, I'll shuffle that over a little bit and then I can seat this one here. The, terminal, works pretty much out of the box. And so there is potential for fun times to be had with it. I finally found all the bits to get it set up and plugged in today. So it got powered on. I would like to say it's the first time in like 40 years or however long it's not been used for, but I did actually power it on before getting it home last year. Point still stands that it still works, which is kind of insane. It's not normal for electronics, even something as complicated as that, to just work without any kind of tweaking or without showing any severe signs of degradation. So that's legitimately impressive. But it does beg the question, now that I have it working, given that I have it working, what can I do with it? And there is potential for, maybe we could connect Twitch chat to it or something. That could be something that could be done, and you know, just see how that plays out, how that pans out. I think that would be reasonably interesting. Something that vaguely passes for entertainment. Alright, so got our mining patches linked together. Come down here, finish that off. Alright, so we've got 6 lanes. I suppose I could do one want to bump it down to 4 lanes, or do I want to keep it at 8 lanes, because it's really an 8 lane thingy? Or do I want to just keep mumbling while I try and stall for time while I try and find the blueprint? So this is a classic blueprint, but it's not throughput. Like it's not a full throughput balance. Don't I have a... That's a 16. I don't think I have a throughput unlimited. See, I think that is also throughput limited. And what I mean by that is that this balancer here, it can only send 2 of the 4 lanes over to here, and this can only send 2 of the 4 lanes over there. It can't send, all 4 of these over to here. You have to effectively have to stack 2 of these back to back for that to work. You have to do that. Which is essentially how you make a throughput unlimited balancer. I actually want that there, and you go there. Not that it really matters that much. In theory, because this is the weaker of the lines, I could feed it into both, and that would alleviate the load a little bit, but meh. It all sort of comes out to be basically the same. What I really want to be doing is not putting too much pressure on the same input splitter. That's the only thing that really matters. Hey, it's Cat. As an Australian, do you ever fear that Bluey will one day run for PM? Do you know, I don't actually know much about Bluey. I've never really seen it. Like, I know it's a show and all, but I've never really seen much of it. I probably should, given how popular it is. I mean, having said all that, that's just my preface. I think the true dream that we all want is for someone like Bluey to run for PM, on account of the fact that it would be a much better PM than anything that we've got ever in the history of PMs. For some reason, PMs have this strange tendency, no idea why, to be kinda terrible. They always end up being kinda terrible. It's funny how that works. Just one of those oddities of life. Alright. I see a bit of a malalignment issue going on here. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Is the PM lost at sea good or bad? I don't actually know. I mean, the fact that it was lost at sea kind of counts against him. Gets a bit of a black mark against his name on account of the fact that it was lost at sea. It's kind of a bit of a dingus move on his part. Chestikins. Go there. One day I will make the higher quality chests so I have more storage space, but I'm kind of a bit anti that. Oh, even you're going to get on the action. It would actually legitimately make sense if I built the thing that was going to consume the resources, as well as, like actually, I might also cut that out. Build the thing that's actually going to consume all this uranium, before getting too carried away. Because I'm not going to be able to dump it all otherwise. Can you give me all that, please? And all that, and all that. For those that don't know, that's Prime Minister is Harold Holt. He went for a swim and never came home. Never came back. The last thing is just chuck some speed modules in this just to make sure it's always mining as much as possible. As is the late game tradition, just chuck speed modules in everything. There we go. All right. I'm gonna leave that do its thing, just because you know what? I'll send you on your way. Why you got no fuel? Questions with no answers. Alright, I need some centrifuges. So we shall grab the legendary type. Kind of wish there was a button to just default everything to legendary at this point. Sort of at that point in the game where everything is legendary. Sir, can you... I really should fix all these up as well. Could probably get rid of that. It's meant to be mine, and I've shared it with the spiders, and it's generally causing headaches. Do you know what would also work? Is beacons. Could use some beacons. Impressed to know the name of him? Yeah, it was sort of there's a lot of pop culture references. There's a lot of very Australian pop culture references to it. And certainly in the 80s and 90s, it was a very common it was a common thing to run into. I'm trying to think of an example, and one doesn't come to mind. There's at least one song that immediately came to mind which makes reference to it. Two songs, I think, that makes... I mean, one of them doesn't really count because it's a joke song. Hello there, Tucker Bear. We were just talking about you. And because you were talking about old junk, doing things with old junk streams. This morning I plugged the terminal in, and it works. So there is, and then I was like, I wonder if I can make Twitch chat pipes to it. So there's potential there for a little project to pipe Twitch chat into a terminal. I don't know what the point is. A VT102. I don't know what the point of it would be, but at the very least, you can have it beep every time there's like a ping or something. And you would get and you could have the chat go up with the smooth scrolling and all that. It's also kind of curious because the setup screen is different to the manual. Because whenever you do these things, something's always different. It's always the way. What do we want? We want that. And blop that there. We're using purple productivity apparently. Why have I got quality mods? I don't want those. Quality's finished. You go there. Go there. It's sad that it's only 2 modules of productivity. Get it to run Fallout 1 or 2. Isn't Fallout graphical? Because this thing's entirely ASCII. Being a terminal and all. I didn't actually mean to do that, but I guess we're here now. Alrighty. I don't know if it's also really necessary to have full beacon like that, but I'm going full beacon. Seems like the in thing to do. Sure, I'm gonna really bunch these down. Run Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, true. Not that I'm big on the old Dwarf Fortress, but could always do it. See, the thought that's coming to my mind is that it's going to output both. So why don't I split the belts in half? Like that. You go in, go out, you output dulls, not shinies, dulls, and you output shinies. And so the green one outputs greens, and the white one outputs greens again, I guess. Something like that. 2, 3, 4. I'm hoping will be enough. I'm making no efforts to really think about how much is actually needed. And of course, because these things are these things, they, I suppose I could use the medium poles, because they're so stupid. Yep, that covers that. Cool. So you hook that up to there. You, oh yeah, you're already a big one. Very good, very good. Oh, huh, that doesn't have coverage. Okay then. Medium poles, you failed me. I mean, that's in this game. Realistically, medium poles will always let you down. Some stations, however, never will fail you. They will always look after you. Always sort out your power distribution needs. Doesn't that? Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Okie day. So go that away, then that away, dot away, and blurt away. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Will the new quality small electric poles let me down like the mediums? I mean, small poles are effectively the same as mediums, but with less area. So conceptually, it's just setting yourself up for disappointment. You can still use small poles. If you haven't seen the telegraph wire concept that Will uses. It's going to be interesting to see how all this comes out, if at all. It's also interesting to see that there's quite a lot of... oh, I'm out of those. Quite a lot of shinies already coming out as well. You have stuff on you, or not at all? Not at all. Big power pole gets bigger area instead of much reach. Yeah, its reach doesn't really gain much. It just gets area, which is interesting. How are we looking here? Still grinding up labs. The 1 hour. So we made one. I made a like a whole bunch at once then, and then a whole lot of nothing. They made 13 legendary biolabs. It's the slow grind, this one, because it's relying entirely on the, it's basically relying on the recycler. Watched into stream a few days ago. He likes to use those high quality small electric poles. I mean, I'm not going to argue with it. It has its place, definitely. Right, do plastic productivity for me, please. We've been tanking on science for quite a while. How are you doing? Why is it willow sucking? I mean, it's missing out on science. Or productivity in its science. It's only doing, was it 80 productivity when it could be doing a lot more than 80% productivity. This is that blueprint. I recovered the blueprint that I had made. That's going to be the final. That's going to be my goal for Aquilo science. That's not going to be today. I've generally had no problems getting substations in. There are exceptions. Why didn't that make any sound? Because it's not plugged in. Now it is. There are some exceptions. I think it was the engine build traditionally was one that always needed medium poles. Oh. I didn't get any beacons out of that. What are you waiting on? Red circuits. Plastic? Copper. Sir? You don't have any copper. Why? Oh, you're empty. Why are you empty? Waiting. Oh, you're waiting for fuel. Why are you waiting for fuel? Still didn't play? Huh. Not happy, Jen! That played. So why didn't your one play? I don't think it just. I don't think it took the message. Weird. Lindsay, how you doing? Yeah, it's receiving all the messages. It's received all the messages. Just, that one worked. Just like has always been the plenty of times where you needed a wire routing that the substation can provide. Yeah, some stations also, their range, I mean, the range isn't as oppressive as it used to be, but the old substation range was horrific. Where is it? Was it now? It's like 18, I think. Yeah, 18. It used to be 15 or 16. I think it was 16. And it was just not quite enough to really make it useful. Exactly. How is Damsel? I haven't seen her in a while. Trying to get the thought train back on track though. No, Narvis. So you're not receiving those things, fusion cells. Why are you not receiving? 38. So why isn't Narvis Post delivering? You should be bringing them. You got them? Yeah, you do have them. If you have them, why aren't you dropping them? Yeah, you got 192. Why aren't you dropping them? I'm not seeing, yeah, so I'm not seeing a request that specifically, the only reason this would happen that I understand is there's a request asking for it to come up like this. But what? Like that's coming from Aquilo. Or that's telling it to come from Aquilo. That's the 200 from the ground. That's 20. So it should carry, I think, 220. If I do that manually, what happens? That's really confusing. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be dropped. Like, well, no, nothing's changed. So, and it was dropping them. So I don't understand why it's not dropping them. What did it just do? Drop something else? Yeah, and it immediately gets launched again. But why isn't it? It makes no sense to me. Like it's calling for it. 162. Unfulfilled. It's 300. Yeah, it wants 324. So why? Why isn't it? Well, it doesn't need a rocket. It needs to drop it from orbit down. There's no reason for it not to be dropping it. That's what I don't get. It should just be firing out the side and hanging on to 20 for itself. There's no reason for it to be holding. I think it did actually jettison some more. It only did one, and it should have fired off a whole bunch. That's really strange. It's still 38. Is it circuit related? Circuit upsets it or something, maybe. I really don't know. I mean, it's a problem if it is. It's receiving calcite just fine. Whether I need 10,000 remains to be seen, but it's receiving it. You. Let's add, just test. So I'll add 10,000 to that. I'll remove that. Does the circuit network request not actually request from platforms? How many fit in a rocket? 50. No, it's still dropping calcite. Yeah, it's still requesting calcite even though... Or at least this is requesting calcite. Yeah, I think... I have a feeling that circuit-controlled requests don't... No, but it's receiving... It's receiving these. So that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it's receiving legendary iron plates. So that is actually requesting from platforms, but it's not requesting fusion cells from the platforms. Yeah, literally unplayable. It won't request fusion cells. I don't think any of those are going to work too well. Hang on, did I say... No, logistics storage 112. I don't rightly know. That's very strange. Because yeah, you don't have fusion cells anymore, which is a problem because you're going to run out fairly soon. Well, that's actually going down pretty quick. Well, in that case then... No, you have a separate request there anyway. So what is... Oh, well, you blundered off anyway. Why aren't you getting super sticks? Oh, hello, Fusion. Oh, that's right. After yesterday, I started poking this thing. Because I wanted to try and a little side project that I've been doing is consolidating all of the disparate bits of fusion reactor, just consolidating it all. Just wondering how long it'll be until I run out of stuff. Hello, Rothenberg. How you doing? Hello. Yeah, That is really strange with the fusion cells. It's just not dropping them all of a sudden. It's only 20, that's fine. Alright, that's got that into gear again. Entropist, hello! You like this game? It is very good. It is a very good game. It is a well-made game. You have legendary? Apparently you do. Very good. And Vorian, how you doing? Hello. What other random bits of fusion crap do you have? Long time? It has been a while. Ah, yes. Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, fine. So what's stopping you? Why are you stopped dead? How many of these? 300. Not bad. I mean, you probably don't need to make any more, having said that. Yeah, 300. So this whole thing can just shut down. It's probably at the point where I don't rightly need most... You know what? I'm gonna... Probably just gonna tear this up, actually. This doesn't really do anything anymore. Or at least I'll simplify it. Because yeah, the quality grind is pretty much done now. I'll hang on to that one because it's the legendary one. So yeah, we still need a few bits of quality modules, but don't need nearly as many as you used to. And now, shall I watch this game or eat a double cheeseburger? Ooh, a double cheeseburger. Yeah, I carved up this as well last time because it's just not really needed anymore. So what's shut this thing down anyway? Or is it just science this backed up? No, it shouldn't have backed up on science. It's got... Oh no, your plate's empty. That's why. You're empty because you don't have juice. You don't have juice because you don't have water. Or do you? No, you don't have water. Ah, not this. Oh. Ah. You've run out of water. Just use it all up right then and there. Why? Oh, okay. I thought I fixed this problem. Yeah, you go over there. You should have a thing. Oh, you don't have a thingy. Again, once again, the lack of a thingy has upset all the thingies. Is it a double cheeseburger on its own, or has it got a side of something as well? Kind of want to get rid of this, but it kind of does help delete ice. Delicious holmium. Nuggets. Ooh. Nuggets in a double cheeseburger. Add that to the McDonald's menu. Wonder how they would charge that. There we go. It's all sprung back to life. Very good. Now this lot. You. So you just need legendary of those two to make legendary supercapacitors. Legendary supercapacitors are needed to make the mech armor. I think they're also needed for, yeah, batteries. So, you appear to be speed boosted. Yes, you are. Oh no, those are fine. They're beacon covered. They're not beacon covered. This one, yeah, these quality ones are being covered by a beacon. So 18.5 minus 12.5. I don't think is really helping the quality situation that much. I think I had a lesser beacon on it, and it was still beneficial. Burger, cheese, bun, and pickles. Ooh. Do you know, I've come to appreciate the simplicity of something like that. Like a burger, less is more, I've found. In years gone past, I would have gone for the more, more is more. But yeah, average Mac. I was wondering if it was a McDonald's special. So what happens when the sticks goes in? I think they just come back out as sticks. Yeah, they'll come back out as sticks again. Don't they need a liquid? Yeah, they need a liquid. Any recipe that takes a liquid, when you put it into a recycler, the same item comes back out again. Or in the case of anything with biter eggs, you just get the item back out again. It doesn't deconstruct the item. So there's electrolyte there. Yeah, there'll do. Right, you craft me some supercapacitors like that. $60, $30, $30? Sure. Alright, you connect when legendary supercapacitors are less than 100, we'll say? Might make that a buffer chest. I'll keep it like that, and I'll bring it over here. We just have like a special holding zone for all the specialty items. So like legendary supercapacitors can go there. Legendary sugar sticks can go there. There's a lot of them actually. We noticed that too with liquid after many hours of trying to recycle plastic to get coal. Later found out you can't get coal that way. Yeah, it's there's definitely also a little bit of manual tweakage because that's a lot. 6. Yeah, make sure to quality or productivity the crap out of that. And request from buffer chests. make sure we get maximum EU. Yeah, now it's struggling on holmium. Hey, you got legendary beacons here too. Things that are smelted also don't become there. Oh yes. Alt left click on an item and gives you a factory PNC whatever. Oh, that's true. Yeah, like tungsten recycles into tungsten. Yeah, I forgot that's a thing. I mean, having said that, you are legally obliged to not notice anything in the Factoriopedia. It is your obligation. Because it slightly upsets Kvorix. It's quite hilarious. There we go, we've got some blue ones at least. What upsets Kvorix? People not reading the Factoriopedia. That's what he said at the LAN. Was a remark about no one reads the Factoriopedia. There's not really any room to put more of that crap in. I think I found something that doesn't exist here. Huh, that's actually cooking like the high quality holmium. The problem is that I'm really trying to expand something that needs to be replaced. We're making an ingredient is a game and no one reads it, but fair, the game doesn't really teach you the shortcuts of the UI in general. Yeah, got Nick. Possibly. That's a good point. It's possible that they've never made it here yet, though. Let's see. Oh, maybe. Yeah, see, it's only the blue tier ones. Yep, there we go. That's filled up the pipe. Oh, 13k. That's a lot of holmium. I'm gonna live on the edge and expand it to 5. I might turn up this to like 8, maybe 9. Then it forces 3 bot deliveries. It's like pressing the back button on the mouse to get the previous camera view. I don't actually... Do I even have a back button on this? Factoriopedia. Factoriopedia. I think that's the back and forwards. I've never been... I mean, on this mouse, it's really awkward place to, that they're placed. So it's really hard to press. No, actually got low density structure. See a streamer not have to do that and your draw drops to the floor. I think I need to learn how to use the buttons, the mouse buttons. Go. Oh, there you go. Boop, boop. Problem is, I got to pull thumb all the way forward to do that. That is useful though. I'm going to remember that one. I'm going to try and remember that one. Does it just go back through everything? It literally goes back through everything. Also, how are you doing for snacks there? Why isn't Glebber doing Glebber things? Oh, wow, that's actually built. Neat. I've got like actual, I've got a side scroller there, but I can do this as well. I can go whee, and the mouse goes brrrr, because it has the mouse wheel unlocks itself when you give it a really hard flick. Oh yeah, I did expand that. What was it? This thing. Red circuits, okay. Is this a case of this thing's been freewheeling on red circuits that I dropped when I started colonizing Gleba? And I think the answer is yes. This thing has been freewheeling on on my initial resources that I dropped on Gleba. A legendary pew pew. Mm, 8.9k. What are you doing? Oh, you're dropping thingy. Tinker, morning, upside down land. Yes, hope the water Factorio has been kind to you. It isn't, it isn't. As I say, this thing isn't dropping fusion fuel anymore for some reason. The fusion power cells, it's not dropping them on Narvis anymore. And I genuinely don't understand why. I'd like to see what happens when it comes back round to Narvis. Because Narvis is requesting it. It's got the cells on board. There's no reason for it, and all the other platforms are screaming for it, so I don't understand why it's not dropping it. Ultimately, it's better off using Fusion on everything because it's just so UPS safe. Having said that, you could just power it out with solar. Like, it's minus 50%, but you just put in 50% more solar to compensate. Once you get into late game Gleba, it needs like 20 something gigawatts as well. So, which is pretty substantial for the for just burning on mold and rocket fuel. So yeah, it's not dropping receiving all this crap. Yeah, once again, Narvis has 38 on planet. It's screaming for 200, and it's not getting anything. It's got its carbon fiber. It's got its lithium. Got those? Yeah, it's got those. I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Like, why won't it just drop those? I mean, I probably dropped too many then. Yeah, well, let's just sneak off now. Just look at them all fly away. Yep, 4 platforms are all demanding it. Yeah, I did actually throw away its fuel. But it can just go to Aquilo and get more. It's just really strange, because that platform, or actually this platform, has been bringing the fuel without issue for ages. So I don't understand why it's not dropping it. Very strange. Because yeah, oh yeah, that's right. The reason why we got stuck in that state was that this platform had stopped moving, which means it stopped producing the goods to produce beacons. Hopefully it'll spring back to life. What are we looking like? Yeah, it's used up all the metallic asteroids. What do the combinators do on this ship? Uh, Various things. The combinators over here deal with whether or not to actually grab asteroids. This took a lot of dumb blundering about. And I did steal some inspiration as well, because the original one didn't work very well. But it sort of balances out the ratio and keeps them in ratio with each other. With a total maximum of, where is it? It's the 1400. Don't bother with calcite and foundries on this legendary maker. It does output legendary calcite. But yeah, I just put them into furnaces. Because that guarantees legendary output. I assume that's what you mean. I don't use foundries to make legendary copper or iron. I just use furnaces because it guarantees legendary copper output and iron output. I fixed this thing too, for those that saw it. If anyone saw this thing, so it actually corrects itself now. All it needed was a tick delay. It pulls itself into balance. So if there's more than 50 of any material, and and there's more than any of the others, then it grinds it up into it tries to grind up into one of the other ones. At least I think it works now. It seemed to be working. Is there another platform that might be getting items first? It shouldn't have been. Yeah. Where is it, you? Oh, it's drained Aquilo now. I mean, this thing was never particularly fast. Speaking of, I should do that too. Aquilo desperately needs some attention. Have in terms of modules on you. That's it. Hmm. Maybe a little bit of a speed boost probably wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I mean everything is a future me problem, ultimately. And productivity, 128%. You're looking for a lithium plate. The whole of Aquilo is a future me problem. It needs a lot of love, Aquilo does. Like, I really need to compress down the bot travel. This Steam stuff probably doesn't need to be a thing anymore because I've got local fusion now. What I need to do is get all this quality stuff way down next to the hub, pull this up to there, rearrange all the local production, just push everything else further out, because I can now. Defrost the roboports. All your usual Aquilo things. Well, what I mean is, I keep the heating towers doing their thing, but I don't need the steam. I don't need the steam turbines anymore to produce power. The fusion does the bulk of it. Mordid, finally streaming. I was here yesterday. We're here on YouTube as well. We're in two places at once. I should really... Oh no, you're not allowed... You're technically not allowed to combine the chats. That's why I don't do it. There's a whole bunch of limitations. I mean, there's no real drive to enforce any of it, ultimately. But yeah, hello. Alright, back at the task at hand. Actually, so our express delivery service, are you... Yeah, it's still receiving the odd fuel cell. Yeah, past streams are all... if I do that, socials, if I spell it correctly. There we go. Yeah, YouTube link, all of the honks. YouTube live tab, and there's all the past stuff. Wow, you've been drunk dry. As you go full annoying mode, you've gone full goose mode. Glacier's turned into a goose. The way of the goose. Ah, sprung Veldek into action. Getting a bus up and running on the 50X Science Death World Space Age. That's intense. How would they know if you combine the chat, if it's a third-party software on separate monitor? Ah, see, that's where the thingy comes into play. I can merge them on the terminal, and like I could divide it into two columns, and no one would be the wiser. I mean, piping it back into the video feed would be interesting, but it's something that's possible. It would be hilariously dumb, and I kind of want to do it now. I think there's a Python API for Twitch chat. I don't know about YouTube. I think you need to log in, though. Now, so... After that, we need Dvorakstification. Just contemplating how I want to do it. Do I want to balance things? Or do I want to just feed them direct? Yeah, that was what I was led to believe as well. Or at least that was my understanding of the situation. Used a jump base, got trains going in 26 hours. So now you can really... Oh! Things get serious. Right, you... Admittedly, I've been... Oh. I want power? Okay. Oh yeah, because you're not processing anymore. Alright, I'm on the clock now. That means I am on the clock. That means I've potentially eaten all of my shinies and I need to restart the whole process again. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. Huh. It's extra slow. And it's a very dumb, simple mistake too that I made. I think what JD is doing is just barely okay. I'm not. What is he? I haven't actually checked up on him in a little while. I've sort of been busy doing my own thing. No, that should have been feeding. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if whatever he's doing is barely okay. He does know how to ride the line. Yeah, let's turn you off for a moment. Both shown on stream, one on the left, one on the right, and never do they meet. Yeah. I mean, as I say, realistically, no one's going to actually enforce it. So, it's probably fine. At least a few of these should have received some fuel. Should have. We're riding pretty much on the last of the latent heat and good old steam power. Alright, warm up the reactors. Hey, it's Ereticus. How you doing? Something I didn't expect to be dealing with. I mean, I should have predicted it, knowing that I just cut off the train. I should have seen it coming. It's raining bioflux. Is there really a point in fusion when nuclear is so simpler? Fusion's realistically even simpler again than fusion. The nuclear. Fusion requires so many less steps. These are all little details that I really shouldn't be worrying about, but at the same time, how would I not be avoiding the problem at hand if I wasn't procrastinating on distractions like this? And worrying about the ore, the state of the ore. I thought that was wrong. Bleh. Using the tetra is the tetras of it as well as ensuring you have enough coolant to maintain a steady state. Yeah, I mean, once you get the coolant in, that's pretty much it. I've never really had to think about coolant. It's just fetch some barrels, wait till the where's a reactor? The trick is just hover over all these and make sure that green bar's full. Once the green bar's full, then add the fuel, and that's pretty much guaranteed. Good to go. Have a double underground. Oh yeah, yeah. That's when I moved it, or it's from when I moved it. Um, Bring it in line there and there. Richmond, please. Yeah, it's. I will admit there is a little bit to it. You gotta like I got caught out the first time I did it, but it became pretty clear as soon as it balanced out. You can overfill it as well, admittedly. Overfilling is bad. Yeah, because I didn't. There was a few where I thought I put enough in because I looked at the wrong bar. I looked at the power bar and I thought that was right, but it wasn't. And then there was another one. I do remember at least one where I overfilled the entire system. Because you'll see normally I have it disconnected in some way now, so that it can't output the hot cold fluid until it's filled up. I just gotta have that little weeble wobble there. Alrighty. Go there. Yeah, wait. Ooh, need to wait for things to come back round though. It's times like this, I'd almost say do it with bots. Actually, before that, you go that away. I'm just making this up as I go along. Yep, haven't been able to tell. I have a feeling this is going to be stupid. This could be a lot more elegant. Let's just get it going. Let's worry about getting it going before worrying about how pretty it is. You put priority, go there. You input priority there, up there. I should do the same. This one probably doesn't matter as much. You would be an output priority, and then that would be the resulting output. Seems way overbuilt. You know what? Mostly for train fuel. Sort of want to see what happens more than anything else. When I push up the quality train fuel. Yeah, that's more like it. So instead of doing that, and then you output that away. Actually, no, you just merge down into one. Let's start over. Let's just start over. There. Then we want to split there, go down there. I suppose that's a... no, it is actually... Reason being is that this one... output top, input bottom. Same with you. Output top, input bottom. Because these... come back around. Use better way to get legendary uranium. I didn't actually look into that. Not really seen. I was thinking legendary train fuel, specifically. And that's what this exercise is. I haven't really thought about how... Is this? Yeah, this is dulls. There. Yeah, you go there, you go there. Shinies come out in the background to shinies. You go out to there, that's the output. You come into here as the input. Even though it's inserted the wrong way around. They're wired for output, not input. There and there. And now we can let it loose. And it should start grinding up. Yeah, I saw that. There's ways around that. It's down to junction design. But it is a thing. Yeah, trains. Faster they move, the further ahead they reserve the track. But I think a lot of that is negated by uh, elevated rails. So it's not as much of a problem, but we'll see. How did you not get the full amount? You... See, now I've got to wind it all up again from nothing. Probably over-processing just by a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. But you can never have too many shinies. Where is it? Down here. Alright, let's just steal a whole bunch of shinies to start up this one. What are the chances of getting more of these? More importantly, are you building up on stuff again? Hopefully. Might take a little while for it to get back to normal. My feeling is more parallel tracks. That's where my thought is. It's pretty much what I want to try. Ooh. Oh, you're going to be crafting circuits. Yeah, that's why it's got no copper. Alright, that's going to take a little while to get into gear. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that I don't need nearly as much of this crap. Single rail shuttle train. Just go full original transport tycoon, and just have a million point-to-point systems. Yeah, I think it's safe to say it's a little overbuilt. That was rocket fuel productivity. Oh, that's clever stuff. Can you do that? Yes. Debating doing most things, not as point to point, but more like a circuit trace, complete running north-south on elevated and east-west on ground only. Oh, yeah. That would be interesting. The thing is, eventually you end up with that effectively kind of system of point to point. Pretty much how it goes. I get rid of the quality modules. And they came back. I'm trying to spot the request and I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. That would explain it. Right, how is... Yep, power's back to normal. Alright, so uranium processing has been moved. That's gonna keep that stable for at least a little while. What else do we want to do? I sort of earmarked over there for power. I moved it around a few times, but Bida Nursery, it needs lots of space way out the way, so down there is good enough. Power, proximity to that and water, so up there. I was thinking about down there, but it's too far away. So it seems like there's the way to go. Starter base up here. I might move the hub down. I'm not sure what I want to do with the hub yet. So the hub, I need to get science and stuff out of it eventually into its own science base. So it's almost like the hub needs to be its own rail yard eventually. So that could be interesting. But I don't really want to be training all the odds and ends over to it, like the legendary stuff over to the supply base. Well, a bit of a we'll see. What's the next thing that's needed? Given that we're getting into Promethium, I need to think about not Promethium, the thingy, the Bida Nursery. Otherwise, I need to also think about copper. The Fugora or Gleba together with most of its production. You can't put biolabs on off Narvis. Yeah, we did that at the LAN. We put science on Gleba, and we were told in no uncertain terms not to rely on that trick. Or very specifically told not to get ideas of doing things that way. Yeah, or is it these buildable on Navis? And these can be built anywhere, but you're losing out on 4 module slots and the 50% research drain. So there's no reason not to use biolabs. Navis is the best place for it anyway. Eventually everything whittles down to basically nothing. So now I have to redo all of these for high quality beacons. Oh, yeah, because I didn't put the junction in. Of course. Spider time. I always open the blueprints. Go for the blueprints and I'm like, oh yeah, I have a button for that. Every time. And I'm also realistically, I am just looking for an excuse to use the half diagonals. Every possible opportunity, I'll use them. Yeah, Fagora is actually difficult to do anything on, for the most part. Like, the whole scrap recycling thing seems attractive, but it's actually really annoying. Right, so you want calcite. You melt me some copper. Thankfully, it didn't preserve the names. That's convenient. Now I need color tag you. How did you reset to red? Boop and boop. And just in time for a train. Could stand here too. So time to shine. Oh, calcite train. Oh yeah, because you're not set. There we go. Boing. How do you calcite for these Forja Navis? A platform brings them. This platform brings them. It just brings it wholesale from Vulcanus. There was another platform that also it just grabbed it from space and dropped it down, but I've sort of thrown it into a ship graveyard orbit. Alright, so we now have molten copper. Now I might have to revert back to basic beacons. At least until the legendary platform can get into gear again. I mean, these are more of a means to an end. This copper and iron stuff. It's sort of a bootstrap. Oh, I actually got beacons. Oh, that's already done. You have to rethink that. Get all the... No. I mean, it would have been done instantly. you, to finish off like the nuclear power, I'm keen to keep nuclear on Narvis, if that wasn't obvious enough already. Instead of switching it to fusion just because I can. I think I've stated that a few times as well. So it needs iron, and then I need a way of getting the shinies over to here to buy the land. It's going to be interesting. Potentially also quality this thing up. Yeah, it's actually plenty substantial enough. About there. Interesting to see how long the line can be with the fuel, the water demand. This normally wouldn't be really possible. Do I have? No. Suppose the wider ones don't matter so much. Well, for construction they matter. Yeah, concrete this whole thing up as well and everything. That will be very nice. Tempted to, I might just do it. um, yeah. Let's do this all the way over to the base and then plug it into the robo network. Alternatively, I pull it down to there and re-kajigga the track. It's, uh, it's annoyingly far away. That's what's annoying me about it. It really should be closer. Even though I haven't committed to it yet. Yeah, it should really be closer to all this. And my indecisiveness. Gets every time. Actually, no, you know what? I've committed. I'm leaving it there. No more change. Oh, there. No, just kidding. I mean, it's just that I saw like this bit here. There's even like a little flat spot. It's perfect. It lines up with that. The problem is the track gets a bit awkward going around like that. What the track really needs to go over there? It doesn't need to. I have a feeling that's just a small island. Everything's a small island here. There they are. Hey, it's lit up, ready for them to be built. I mean, I could always just bend it up. And then across. I'll mark that as a future me problem. You can pick it up and move it later. You know I'm no stranger to picking up and moving things randomly. That's eating up the cryo packs. It's eating them up a lot, actually. Oh, it's dipped. Yeah, it's the purple and the blues are killing the dream. It's actually iron. And you got 300% productivity here. Wait, what? You're at 300% now too. 262. Oh, I must have done a couple more to get it up. In fact, I'm fairly certain that's exactly what happened. I'd say fairly certain. It is what happened. It's the power of the legendary poles. It's another one of those things. C-note pipes? No issues with anymore? No, because they're completely revamped fluids. Alrighty. That looking. It's going. Yet another revamp. Yeah, well, this one's the true penultimate one. That fixes it for good. Eliminates all the weirdness. 8 vehicles. Sort of want 2 actually. So silly. I make no oh yeah, of course you had to be different. It eliminates the whole, or the entire existing system is gone now. So the whole old fluid bouncing around isn't a thing anymore. It's all it's like the circuit network. So there is throughput limitations, input and output limitations, but for the most part it is like the circuit network. I did all that and I'm not really going to make use of it. You, you, rare. So fluid teleportation in the end, it's not quite fluid teleportation, but it's basically fluid teleportation. It's so you have a there is a limit to where's a machine? Every machine has a input and output rate limit. So there's a limit to how fast liquids can go in and out of a machine. The fuller a pipe is, the slower that rate. So an empty pipe it can output very easily. A full pipe it can, or more than half full, it outputs much slower. There is also a what's called an extent. As you see, pipeline extent 131 out of 320, and that says how far the pipeline segment can be. So this entire highlighted segment can be a maximum of 320 long, and that is defined from if you take, make a bounding box out of this pipeline segment. The total distance is calculated from that bounding box, that extent. So if you can do things inside that bounding box that doesn't extend the size of it, it still doesn't change. So in fact, this is 146. If I do that, if I had pipe to do that, it would stay at 146. Over on Fugora Land, how are we doing here? No, you got 100 super caps. Okay then. So in that case, how much fits in a rocket? 500. What do you need? All that's technically there. And yeah, you're eating all the plate. Okay then. You make me legendary mech armor. Yeah. You. That's not needed. 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 Basically, nope, 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 nope. Multiple combinators are debatable whether or not they're actually necessary anymore. Mech armor, legendary. Say, 10 of these as well, but that'll come later. So the reason I was wondering about it is that it needs a legendary power armor Mark II. And that is a little more involved. At the very least, it can start collecting that. Have I got pipe? Yes. Just to really prove the point. Oh, it got built. See, it's still 146. Take it away. 146. Because it didn't increase the bounding box. Whereas if I do that, 146, 46, at some point it will change. At some point. I don't know, you're embarrassing me there, game. So I'm just going to walk away now. And just figuring that out. So... I need... Power Armor 2 that's legendary. Which means I need... one of them. that right? Yeah, one of them. I'm not sure it's actually set here. Oh, you're not making tool belts here. And whether or not it gets all the prerequisites, I don't know. It was meant to be the total size, so it was to stop you building transcontinental pipe networks. But it was given by like chunk size and an overall extent. Like it does it in a really simplistic way. Hmm. Well, what are these efficiencies? Less than 10. It's going to be missing red circuits as well. What are you up to? You're waiting for fuel again. This fuel situation is very annoying. From what you understand, the devs are not happy with it. Yeah, there's been some remarks about 1.1 stuff with it. Based on bounding blocks, I'm fairly sure the listed extent is just the ID. It should actually, like it should, so what is it? Yeah, 1, 2, 18. That's what it should do. And then hopefully as it gets built, it should go up. I think the extent was like it was chunk aligned and it was like the longest of any linear distance, straight line distance. Yeah, there's so much stuff marked for 1.1. Just be thankful the extent used to only be 250. It was oppressively short. Yeah, it's effectively largest dimension. I just don't remember if it goes around corners. Um, it's like, as I say, it draws a bounding box against the two most distant. It finds like the two most distant elements and draws a box and then draws like a line between the two. Happy weekend. Time for us in the past to get to Friday work. Alright, you have a good one, Vorian. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. In ready full anticipation of the weekend. I should think about getting out of here. Get to bed. Yeah, 147. Yeah, 2.1, not 1.1. So we had 1.1 for a very long time. That's my excuse. I mean, even if slowly things are happening. Yeah, or the there was a fondness for fluid sloshing back and forth in a pipe. It was seen as ideal, um, even though it was kind of questionable. Such a thing was dubious. That's actually very close. Probably too close. Yeah, the visuals of the fluids in the pipe. Can I actually cram? No. I mean, it doesn't really matter in the scheme of things. You know what? Why don't I just revert that? Doing it the hard way. Doing it the hard way. Just you know, you got a formula that works. Just use the winning formula. Yeah, they really like that sloshing. It was like the big argument against the circuit network thing back in the day. I mean, visually it was very nice, but yeah, it just killed the game. It was a significant quality of life upgrade. You can grab it. There it is. Making me do all this manually again. So one downside to quality is it exponentially increases the number of inserters and things you have to juggle. Number's probably a little low, but I did set it up for early game. It needs to point the other way. But I'm not really in the mood to change it and or fix it. Hmm. So here it is me not making... I made it off grid. Hey, why are you off grid? Yeah, I know why. Yeah, I never made a you know, a 22 and a half intersection. I mean, it is kind of difficult to make them. I might need to make a like a right angle one. I mean, that is just a T again, having said that. But what I mean by that is one where the prevailing direction is flat. So instead of being a T like that, it branches off down to one side. It's functionally the same, it's just visually different. You. Yeah, it's not delivering fuel again. Yeah, don't get it. Nothing's changed. Or at least nothing should have changed. There we go. Hey, get my little angle again. How's Glebber doing also? Still glebbering up? Ah, the concrete's done. Some more silos have appeared. This thing's just generally missing stack inserters now. Efficiency modules, productivity modules, stack inserters. Oh, recyclers. All the crap it needs. I mean, I could tear down half of it and not build half of it. It's a huge build request right now. Just going to do it the crappy way. Efficient intersections in elevated rail is surprisingly difficult. It is shockingly difficult. It is a very complicated geometric problem. Why can't you output? Oh, okay. Hopefully they'll drain enough to bring it back into life. I'm tempted to make this a dedicated 111 train, because it's... I might just do that. That's going to be a lot of... shinies in a single train otherwise. Oh boy, a sleepy time. I guess in that case you can do that. If it was attached correctly. It is a megabyte? Yeah, I mean... Problem is that shinies, even in a megabase, you don't really need that many. You don't need any of that crap. There we go. Let's kick it into gear again. That's not how that works. I mean, I can fix it, upgrade it back to full size again later on. I mean, the train even then's actually kind of temporary. straight rail in the way. I think I got too many construction requests going on. Oh, you're not getting enough shinies. Alright, so you are my special uranium train. Yeah. Cargo. Took me way too long to find that. But for now, you can just go there. It's out again. You... doesn't exist yet. Wait for the construction manager to come round. Question is, do I deconstruct all of this and ship it over to here? So how are you looking? Got a few of the modules. You know what? The postal service can... I was going to craft them on tap, but you can actually pull them from Vulcanus. In theory, at least. You've all stopped. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got 300 and 300 legendary of each. That's nice. You're still grinding things though. Probably don't need to be grinding up all the triangles still. Just wondering why it's doing it. Legendary triangle less than 500. Why are you greater than 0 though? Because it can see itself. That would do it. I can't imagine what load that... Yeah, that's on the struggle bus. Considering that was considerably faster, it's already outstripped that. 9,000. It's funny, the train barely has time to unload and is already wants the next one. 0.2. Oh, it's gone down. 3.8, 3.8. Yeah, this one's gone down. I mean, I have a solution for that. How long are these actually taking now? It's still only 49,000, so it should only be a few minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes, 14. It should settle down to 8 minutes or something. No, less than that. Oh, that's still going up. Yeah, that's more like 2 minutes. So when did this base become an 18,000 signs a minute base? Did I say that at the beginning? I don't remember. I thought it was only 15,000. I don't know. The stupidity of the science productivity is real. Yeah, this didn't need to be as substantial as it is. Not receiving... because you're not receiving sulfuric acid. Oh, this train's trapped, that's why. I saw the thing flashing before, and I remembered, yeah, it was because that silliness earlier. 55, how you doing? I can use the one splitter. Two minutes. Alright. Yeah, and so on and so forth. Alright. It's time. Definitely getting close to time. Soon TM, 5 more minutes. Oop. 5 more minutes. I probably don't need to full beacon this thing. Like, realistically. Just 8 beacon it. Anticipating a sneeze. There it is. Oh, you're stealing it, that's why. You just go home. Of course, I do accidentally turn the stupid decon planner off again. That's more like it. Do I need a full belt? Probably not. Can I do a full belt? Nothing's stopping me. Alright, you can make power stuff now. If you play with mods, and if you do, what is your favourite 3? I have played with mods. I did enjoy Factorio Extended for a very long time. That was a consistent one. Factorio 2, definitely a second. I don't know what the third would be. First to be Factorio 2, second to be Factorio Extended Plus. Yeah, I don't know what the third would be. Oh, I know what it is. No, number 1 is Manly Warcry. That's number 1. Trouble is the mech suit kind of makes Manly Warcry a little difficult. Yeah, then Factorio 2 and then Factorio Extended Plus. Yes, of course it's got to be Manly Warcry. It's so dumb. I mean, there is also the mod which adds the honks to the speaker. That one's not on the mod portal, so it's sort of it doesn't quite count. Oh, you can't output. Huh. All right. Let the vast supply of shinies free. I feel like that could be done better. It's just that the needs and wants of right now demand and dictate that I do it that way. Main thing is it's back pressuring the bottom lane. If you don't know why the star map looks unfinished, I think they originally wanted to add a realistic orbital mechanics. Possibly. It is rotated 90 degrees to the original star map. So this star map used to point down. So solar system edge used to be down here, and then interstellar space was down here, and yeah, and then like Gleber was around there. Narvis, Vulcanus, around there. I don't really remember. Main thing is it's rotated 90 degrees. It used to point down. They left room, as much extra room for mods to do things. That too. It's very easy. Like it's very obvious. It's very extendable by mods. Excited for what modders are going to do following year with adding new planets. Yeah, we've already seen some appear. There's a dark world. It looks really interesting. I'm probably going to be stuck on the vanilla stuff for a while, so I won't be looking at that for a little bit. But yeah, that's an interesting one. I'm interested to see what Crastorio 2 or Crastorio, what happens to Crastorio. That's very much a work in progress at the minute. And also the Clustorio people are working on some interesting things. So hopefully they'll get something out of that. Out of the gate, Gleber Start mod. Oh yeah, those were actually. The funny thing is, those were out before the game was out. The start on any world, so the Gleber Start, the Fulgora Start, the Vulcanus Start. Those were available back at the LAN. I think the Gleber Start existed back in August. Ah, excellent. This is starting to build up. So you... we're a transcontinental bot network. Like, I could belt it. Nothing's saying I can't. You know, just an infinite line of of nuclear fuel. Maybe I won't stack it. No, we get rocks out of the way of you. All planet starts are easy if you automate everything on the first planet and able to deliver over. Oh, this actually starts you, like the start of the game on Gleber. And the mod has to modify the tech tree to compensate. But yeah, it's just stuck riding your train around building the Wall of Doom for the train network for the next couple of hours. Ah. So the funny thing is I haven't, well, we had some massive biter problems early on, but I pushed the biters way, yeah, the pollution's starting to grow again. Hmm. But yeah, the haven't had to do a biter push in a while. Oh yeah, did the postal service bring a thingy? Actually, the easiest way to tell, since it's already here, is did you get thingies? It's got 99 now, so it must have. Fortunately, we're very much lacking in red circuits, which is a lack of copper. I need to switch these two. Let's do that now. Because yeah, it's prioritizing iron, which is a problem. It's not making copper. Yeah, it's out now. Alrighty, so you go there, you go there, you go there. like that. Righty. Iron, copper. That's how we do it. I'll flip that back round. Yeah, and now most of the metallic ones should go into here. Should. Being the operative word. Yeah, I have a massive avergence to automated or automated why are you blocked up? Oh. Oh. Yeah, that wasn't as simple. Okay then. Reading full build contents feels like cheating. It was that was something they gave us as part of the game. It was a requirement for Space Age. Yeah, so pick you up. Pick. Well, it's just the one combinator. You can go down there. You can go there now. I've already forgotten what the combinator plugged into. Why is there less than 20k? Yeah, it was you. Why do you need... You don't really need that though. Yeah. Ever update that? Substituting chest with belt zigzags on the space platform. Chests are not allowed on space platforms, so I don't think that'll change. Like greater than 12. Well, you should be seeing some copper now at least. You need a third condition though, and because it is the circuit machine is eating all the eating all the plate. So when there's enough iron plate, enough copper plate, and there isn't enough green circuits, then it makes green circuits. Also, when the inserter can actually shovel stuff into the hub. Working, yep. We're just always going. Some more ships, sort of. This one supplies fundamental legendary paths to all the planets. If it's lucky, I might see some Fugorian capacitors. Oh, you've been running without prod mods. Oops. Thousand one. You actually caught up on these yet? 200. Might have. Looks like it. Yep, 200. Very nice. I'm actually starting to see legendary everything's really. Well, except for related stuff. What is that? Oh, it's the spores. I think this is stalled out. 106. Probably have enough. Probably. What was the limit? 10 less than 50? Oh, yeah. So I never did that. Oh, now you're full of pentapod eggs. I'll just keep it going for a little while longer. Maybe make it like 150. That should be enough for maybe 200. That'll be enough for the end of time. Let's make the tool belt. No, it hasn't. Wants to make 100 tool belts, but it's not making. Oh, it lacks red circuits. That should be up there. You bringing them? No. You can bring them though. Really shouldn't, but you can. The postal service should be delivering this kind of crap. Yeah, you're told to deliver it. Again, you're not interacting with Narvis at... What is going on? Is there like a control or a tick box or something that I'm missing? Because it's not properly interacting with all... They are actually... Yeah, 0, but it's not... It's grayed out though. That's the thing that's weird. It's like it's Oh, stack size 2000, isn't it? Is that interesting? Oh, I think I did that ages ago when I was cleaning out the network. It's unfulfilled. It's saying 0 on board. At the same time, I think it needs at least 2,000. If I remember rightly, that's the stack size. Yeah. Oh no, 1,000. That's still... Well, it's not actually on... Oh, it was on Gleber anyway. Wasn't it? Oh, it was somewhere else anyway. But yeah, well, the point still stands that it wasn't... it hasn't collected any because there's none on board. Which is interesting. Well, kind of. No, I think I just answered that one, explained that one away. I answered that one. That one legitimately made sense. Yeah, you're going to be running low on that plate now. Das holmium. You're hogging a lot of holmium there. Let's do less of that. What do you actually need to craft again? 150, 50 and 50. So you realistically only need 200. You could have 200. You don't need to hog so much stuff. See, these are more reasonable requests. In theory, it might actually pick some up too. See. Yeah, there's a little bit of copper plate appearing now. Yeah, that's what's happened. It can't get copper now because this thing's been contributing too much. Yep, there we go. Is that any close? Yep, it's got the request. It's just waiting on those, which is red circuits. It can stay there. I can always just recycle the thingies from Vulcanus, although I think it's a net loss. So sort of wasting Leber science there. You're 256. Yeah, that. Really just crank that up. I'm waiting for the tool belt. On. So the intention was for this to be a more, just a universal delivery ship. It supplies all the components, crafts it on board. The deeper I got into that, the less practical that came to be. I eventually worked out these are the things that it can basically make easily. Going beyond this is actually quite difficult. I did make red circuits on board, having said that, so red circuits are a maybe. It is possible to make them. It's just really annoying to make them. Which in turn means you get plastic. Where you run into problems is LDS. Because LDS, the best way to do it is using the foundry. But the foundry requires molten iron and copper, and yeah, it's possible in space, but I mean, you only actually need the legendary plastic to make it work. It gets complicated. It gets complicated. And yeah, it's like the 4 machines here is a little bit more convenient of a way to do it, and yeah, it's a process. Was I making copper wire with? Yes, I was. I just realized. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be doing that. There's a big dumb right there. I really got to get this construction manager thing down. It's brutal at the minute. That's actually nearly built itself. I can't complain with the results. Righty, so that's power dealt with, sort of. So I'm not actually properly changed it over yet. But I think, on that note, I'm going to leave it here for today. I need to get to bed. So, yeah, I made a little bit of progress at least. It's mostly just patching things as always. Hopefully next time this will be a little bit further along crafted. But we'll see. I need to start thinking about doing science. So I want to start making one of these, but for doing each of the sciences. That's what I want to start moving into. Also, in the background, power will get moved over. So yeah, that'll be next time. Don't know when that is. I'm also going to think about that playing around with the thingy stream, the terminal stream. I'll see how we do with that. That'll very much be a blundering about stream. That'll probably be a an afternoon my time stream, so that won't be a normal time. That'll be like a 1 p.m. for me stream, 2 p.m. stream in the afternoon stream for me, something like that. So that'll happen sometime. Other than that, that's it for me. So thank you for watching. Appreciate you all being here. That's the link there. That's the link there on the YouTubes for all the good stuff. And I shall see you next time. And bye bye for now. Very much so.